seriously, because to me, this is life and death. At least I'm from Nigeria and I should prove myself. So I followed the course step by step, went to LinkedIn, optimized my LinkedIn. I built my project. It was like building a website. I did everything line by line, point by point, and I started posting my profile. And when the 30 days the challenge came up and they said we should post every day for 30 days, man, it was not easy, but I did it. As by the end of that, those 30 days, I moved my subscribers or my followers from 500 to 900 and something. And it's not easy, but just do it, you know. And as I was doing it, sometimes there was this post I made that did not get any click. No, it wasn't like, no like, but the impression was 16,000. I went somewhere, I just joined a group where
All right. Good evening, everyone. Please confirm that you can hear me. Please confirm that you can hear me. I'm not sure. All right. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody. Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome to this session. It's great to see everybody again. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right. How are we doing tonight? I hope we are doing great. I hope we are doing great tonight. Awesome, fantastic. So very quickly in the chat before we get started. All right, so just type in the chat. If you're joining us for the first time, please type first time. If you're joining us for the first time, please type first time. But if this is not your first time and you've been joining us, or you've joined a session with us before, please type regular in the chat. If you're not joining us for the first time, please type regular in the chat. Please type regular in the chat. Fantastic. I see quite a number of first timers. That is interesting. All right. Welcome everybody. For those joining us for the first time, welcome to Nebient Analytics. I'll be sharing more information about what we do here at Nebient Analytics in due time. But without further ado, let's get right into what we have for tonight. All right, I see also a number of regulars. All right, we are happy to have you back. Welcome everybody. So I'll start by sharing my screen. Tonight, we just want to touch on something very, very important. Something very, very important that might increase your chances of landing a remote tech job even before the end of the year. All right. So I would be sharing my screen very shortly. My screen is about to be shared. Please give me a second. I don't know what the delay is. But please confirm that my network is good. Confirm that I'm not breaking up. You can hear me perfectly well. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you, guys. Awesome, awesome. All right, then. All right. Just give me a second to set up. Give me a second to set up. All right. I don't know why my screen is not sharing. Just give me a second. Anyways, while we wait for my screen to come up, tell me in the chats, what are your 2025 goals? What are your end of 2025 goals? I know we are more than halfway into the year, all right, but it's still not too late to set goals that you should achieve before the end of the year. So tell me in the chat, with respect to getting into tech, what are your goals before the end of the year. Fantastic. My screen is shared. Fantastic. So if you can see my screen, please give me a thumbs up. If you can see my screen, please give me a thumbs up. Beautiful. I see someone type in the chat saying to relieve my family from stress through this program here, earning, working remotely, delivering real tech solutions. These are fantastic goals. These are fantastic goals. And for people who have similar goals, I just want to tell you that the distance between where you are right now and where you want to be in terms of these goals, that distance is very short. And the only person standing in between you and that goal is, sadly, but not shockingly, you. All right. So, the same way a lot of people that are currently earning massively in tech right now, the same way they were at one point in time like you. And when I say like you, I mean just with goals, just with intention, just with ambition. Some years back, all they had was ambition, intention, but right now, they have translated their intention into actual success. All right. But it didn't just happen overnight. They did something. They took a step to transform their lives. All right. And we want to prompt you into that tonight. And I'm hoping that by the end of the session, you have enough insights to decide on the next step that you want to take. All right. So, very quickly, who are we and what do we do here at Nebiant Analytics? For those of us joining us for the first time, welcome to Nebiant Analytics. We might be called an ed tech platform, but we are not just any other ed tech company. We are what we like to call a movement, all right? We are a movement committed to unlocking the vast potential of Africa's brightest minds. And we help them, guide them in alone. In just 2 years, we have helped over 100 of African talents break into tech. All right, especially data roles. I'm talking about data analytics, data science, and business analysis. And we've helped them transform their ambition into achievements. And how do we do it? It's very simple. We have a 3-step framework that we adopt. And in the course of the session tonight, I'm going to introduce you to that 3-step framework. And this is what we've been using. This is what we've been deploying to help hundreds of Africans make the switch into tech. All right. And inquiries, Nebians, you raised your hand. Please, is there something you want to? Please go ahead. Inquiries, Nebians. I can see inquiries, Nebians, but if that's a mistake, please just give me a thumbs down. If that's a mistake, inquiries, Nebians, please just give me a thumbs down. All right, fantastic. Thank you very much. All right, so we believe so much that tech is a great equalizer. All right, and when we say equalizer, we mean some people are at a disadvantage because of their situation, they are unable to attain prestigious degrees, they are unable to go to Ivy League colleges, and it might seem like that is a disadvantage, but tech has proven to be an equalizer, meaning that even if you came from humble backgrounds and there are some things that you were not opportune to attain, which could have held you back before the advent of tech. Now, because of tech, you can actually make meaning of your life, regardless of the background that you have. We have a lot of people with humble background that are making millions now in tech, helping their families break them out of poverty. And we believe strongly that a lot of people can access this through Nebient analytics, and that is why we do this very, very passionately. All right, and I'm hoping that as many of you on the call that are ready to get into the journey to transition into tech, we are more than happy to help you. So for tonight, our roadmap for today, we want to quickly discuss our roadmap for today. What are we going to be doing today? Please confirm that you can still see me and hear my voice. Please confirm that you can still hear me. I want to be sure that you can still hear me. All right, fantastic. All right, so we will start, guys. All right, we will start by discussing something very crucial. How having a portfolio is the key to landing a tech job in 2025. And I'm going to show you a case study of a project that we worked on in the past, all right, that has helped a number of people land jobs, all right, that has the potential to help much more people land jobs. All right, so we're going to look at how having a portfolio is the key to landing a tech job in 2025. After which we will then discuss how we can help you get into tech in the shortest time possible, like we have helped a lot of our students, namely Esther and Co. All right. So we want to talk about how we can help you get into tech. And once we are done with all of that, I have a special announcement for you at the end of the session. So if your goal is to get into tech, I have an announcement that will be very interesting to your ears. And we're going to be discussing a lot of things, how you can get into tech and how we can support you. And then after that, I then leave the floor open for questions and answer. So guys, are you ready to take a look at how we transformed a raw data set? How we transformed a raw data set into a hiring worthy portfolio project. If you're ready, please give me a thumbs up. I'll show you a raw data set and what we did with that data set. All right, fantastic. So I'm going to go to my Microsoft Excel. All right, I'm going to open up my Microsoft Excel. I want to show you something. Forgive me. I want to show you something. Give me a minute. Please give me a minute. All right, I'll open up my Microsoft Excel and share very briefly. All right. Please give me a minute. All right, apologies for that. So I'll open up my Microsoft Excel. Okay, I'm wondering. All right, my Excel is opening up. All right, I want to quickly show you what you can do. All right, give me a second. All right, this is not what I want to open up. Let me just open it up from my downloads folder. All right, very quickly, guys. Very quickly. All right, great. So guys, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? All right. So what you can see on your screen is a raw data set. Let me be able to see the formula bars. Great. So what you can see, all right, you have experience in the tech space. What you need is not experience. What you need is proven experience. A lot of people say, let me read your message very well. We're going to answer questions, all right? We're going to answer questions, but you say you have some knowledge in tech. Knowledge does not land you job in tech. Thousands, millions of other people have knowledge. What gets job, what gets people job is proven experience. And it's one of the things we're going to talk about tonight. All right. Now, what you can see on your screen is a raw data set. All right. It's a raw data set. And more often than not, organizations have this kind of overwhelming, boring, lifeless data. But within this data is hidden key insights that will tremendously drive business operations. But looking at this data, guys, I want to give you 1 minute. All right. I want to give you 1 minute. Scan through what you can see on my screen and tell me if you can make any meaningful decision based off of what you can see on my screen. Can you make any meaningful decision? Can you tell what is going on just by looking at the raw data set on my screen? Can you tell what is going on? Can you tell what is going on based on what you can see on my screen? Can you tell what is going on with this business based on what you can see on my screen? No, you cannot. And this is the challenge of every organization. Every organization record this kind of data day in and day out. And they are at a loss at finding people who can help them translate this data into meaningful experiences. And this is where data analysts come in. All right. This is where data analysts come in. So what we can see right now is a data that records the age of the customer, the age group of the customer, the attrition status of the customer, the business travel status, the daily rate. I said customer, apologies. I meant employee. The age of the employee. This employee is 41 years old. It belongs to the age group of 39 to 49. The attrition status is yes, meaning that this person has left the organization and this person rarely does business travel. All of this information, but we have so much of this type of information that it is difficult to scan through every record to be able to make sense out of the data. Now, but in these data sets are hidden key answers to business questions that will tremendously improve decision making. But right now, business owners don't even know that in these data sets, however, guys, can you see my screen? From my end, I can see my screen. So I want to be sure it's not just me. All right, fantastic. From my end, I can see my screen. Great. So this is a data set that HR professionals, human resources professionals have taken over time about employees. All right, employees that have been employed in the organization over time. If you can't see my screen, it's likely due to your network. All right, quite a number of other people can see my screen. So what you can do, all right, what you can do is to leave the call and rejoin immediately. All right, you can leave the call and rejoin immediately. That might fix the challenge. All right, now this data, as I was saying, is overwhelming, and organizations have this kind of data. What do they do to be able to unlock the power, the value of this data? What they do is they hire people who understand how to translate this kind of data into meaningful insights, into meaningful insights that can help businesses answer critical questions. Not everybody has the ability to translate or transform this complex, overwhelming data into useful insights. So what businesses do is they go in search of data professionals. And this is what we have done here at Nebient Analytics. We have this kind of data set and we introduce it to our students. And at the end of the day, guys, this is what this is what we eventually came up with. Let me show you what we eventually came up with. Can you see what is on my screen, guys? If you can see the report, the dashboard on my screen, give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. Now, that overwhelming data was what we translated into this compelling and visually appealing dashboard. Now, the questions we could not answer by just taking a look at the raw data sets, now we can answer those questions. For instance, question like, how many people have we hired so far? In 1 second, can you answer the question, what is the number of all our hires so far? Type it in the chat. How many employees have we hired so far? 1,470. Fantastic. You see how long it took you? Barely under 30 seconds. All right. But taking a look, let me go back. Let me go back to the raw data set. Now, I want to give you the same 30 seconds. Do you think you'll be able to answer that question with this data on this screen? Do you think you'll be able to answer that same question we answered just now? The answer is no, you won't be able to. All right. And that is the power of data analysis and data visualization. All right. And much more questions that we can answer. For example, we can see that we hired 1,470 people, but out of those 1,470, we were able to retain 233, meaning that number of people that have left the organization amounts to 237, leaving our attrition rate at 16%, meaning that 16% of everybody we have hired in the past has left the organization. 16% of people have left the organization. But, and I'm going to get somewhere very critical, just saying 16% of people have left the organization, it's useful information, but it is not useful enough. For instance, is that figure, is it a good figure or a bad figure? If we don't provide context, we might not be able to tell whether 16% we are supposed to be happy about it or we are supposed to be worried. But if you compare it against a benchmark, for instance, the benchmark we are comparing this to is the national average, which is 25%, meaning that nationally, throughout the country, any organization that hires over time, at least 25% of people they hire will leave that organization throughout that country on average, meaning that a typical organization in that country should have an attrition rate of about 25%. But in our own company, our own attrition rate is 16%. Guys, tell me, is that good or bad news? Tell me. We are expected to have 25% of people leave, but only 16% of people actually left. Is that good news or bad news? Fantastic. Good news. So that means that people are not leaving our organization as much as expected. And that is why you can see this green indicator saying that our attrition rate is below, is 35% below the regular attrition rate, the national average. So these are some questions that this raw data was able to provide us. You see this raw data that looks lifeless, that looks boring. These were some of the interesting insights that we were able to gain from it. And we're also able to see that the average tenure in our organization is 7 years. That means people stay at least or on average 7 years in our organization. And if you compare that to the national average, means that people stay more in our company compared to how often people stay on average nationally. So that means if we really look at it, our organization is doing well when it comes to employee turnover. We have amazing work culture. That means people are choosing to stay. But then it's also important that we evaluate all of these metrics. We break it down. So let's see across different categories, how is attrition like? And we're able to break it down into demographic outlook. For instance, we see that 17% of males hired left the company. So if we hire 100 males, 17 of them have left the organization. And out of all the people, both male and female, that have left, 63% of them are males. That means that 17% of our males have left and they make up 63% of overall attrition. These are deep insights that help businesses make decisions. And what this will tell us is when you are looking to hire now, you will be aware of the fact that males have more propensity to leave the organization. If employee turnover is a big deal to you, what gender do you think you should hire more? If employee turnover is a big deal, you don't want people leaving so much. You don't want people leaving the moment you hire them. You want people to stay. What gender will you be more inclined to hire? What gender would you be more inclined based on what the data is saying? Fantastic. You guys are thinking like analysts already. Beautiful. So these are the insights that we got from that boring data, and that was what we're able to get. A lot of insights that we generated. For instance, we saw that lab technicians are the ones that left the organization the most. Lab technicians left the organization the most. Out of 237 people that left the organization, 62 of them are lab technicians, and that is a problem. That is a big problem. That means if you hire lab technicians, they have more propensity to churn, to leave. So we want to be careful of hiring, especially male lab technicians. And we can also see how departments are doing with respect to attrition. And we can see that one particular department, one single department, is responsible for over 56% of entire attrition. The research and development department, out of the 237 people that left the organization, 133 of them are from just one department. 56% of entire attrition is attributed to just one single department. So that means there's something we were able to discover that there's something wrong with this department. Maybe the departmental manager is not doing his job well. Maybe he's not giving the people amazing work experience that is making them leave. But we wouldn't have been able to discover that problem by just taking a look at blank data. But by analyzing and visualizing that data, we're able to identify a problem with a particular department. And then at the same time, we were able to see that one department, which is HR, has the lowest attrition rate. And the attrition rate is even very tiny, just 5%. All right. If you look at the HR department, you'll see that only 5% of attrition is attributed to them. So that means something is probably going well in that department, or it could also be, if you decide to investigate further, it could also be the case that it's because we only have a few HR professionals. But the summary of everything I'm saying so far is this data is what organizations have, and they don't know what to do with it. If organizations will hire you, they are looking for somebody who has problem-solving skills that can help them to translate this kind of data into a solution that they need. And for people that already work, for people that are already working in organizations, you will discover that this is a typical problem that organizations face day in and day out. Guys, do you want to confirm that? People leaving organizations, people getting hired and they leave in weeks, in months, is a problem that organizations face. If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up. This is a real problem that organizations face. Fantastic. So that means, what do you think we have done by providing, if we have this kind of dashboard in our portfolio, when an HR person sees this kind of report, what do you think will come to their mind when they see this kind of dashboard in your portfolio? What do you think? Put yourself in the shoe of an HR and tell me in the chat. I don't want to be the one to tell you. What do you think? You submit your portfolio and they see this kind of project in your portfolio. What do you think? What impression do you think? Apart from excellent work, it's an excellent work. But what do you think will come to their mind? Immediately interested in the candidates. But my question is why? Why do you think they will be interested in you? Acceptance. Why do you think they would want to accept you? There's something very crucial that I want to hear. Why do you think they would be interested in you? Why do you think you are the right person for the job? Again, great database skill set, amazing dashboarding skills, that is true. But there's something that I want to hear. There's something I want to hear, and I want somebody to say it. Because you have solved a problem, you are getting close. Accuracy on information gathered, you are getting close. Because they've seen the required skill set in the candidates, you are getting close. You help them make decision, you are getting close. You're able to solve their problem. Thank you, Daniel. That is exactly where I'm going. You were able to solve a problem that they face, meaning that you are a problem solver. This is a problem that they face every time. This is the kind of problem that they face every time. And they see somebody who has solved that problem before. That means they are now more interested in you, because since you have solved the problem before, it is very likely that what? Complete it. Since you have solved the problem before, it is very likely that what? Since you have solved the problem before, it is very likely that what? Complete that. That you will solve it again. Fantastic. You guys, these are the kind of people I like. So I would even want you guys to be my students, because you are already thinking the way I want you to think. So When you are presenting yourself to recruiters for hiring, these are the things you want to pay attention to. Don't just present a project because it looks cool. Present a problem that will resonate with hiring managers. And the cheat code to that is look for problems that organizations typically face. Don't go and show a spot dashboard to a bank. Don't go and show a COVID-19 dashboard to a consulting firm that is consulting for finance. Don't go and show a sales dashboard to an IT B2B business. You can even show a sales dashboard if they are doing sales. But you want to be intentional to present projects that mimics the kind of problems that these organizations are facing day in and day out. And what that will do is it will demonstrate that number one, you have problem solving skills, and number two, you have been able to solve a problem that they face every time, and it will project you as a suitable candidate. Guys, are we following? Are we following, guys? Fantastic. Now, this right here is exactly how we develop projects at Navient Analytics. All right. Whenever we want to come up with a project, we first of all ask ourselves, does a typical organization face this kind of problem we are trying to solve? If the answer is no, we don't bother ourselves coming up with those projects. And I'm going to show you a few of our students' portfolio so that you can see the kind of projects that they have in their portfolio. You are going to see that every project is tailored to specific industries and it meets the needs of specific industries. But guys, do you think you would be able to build this kind of project you are seeing on your screen right now? Tell me in the chat. Let's take a poll in the chat. Are you able to build this kind of project right now? I'm not talking about your future self. I'm talking about your present self. Do you think you are able to build this kind of project right now? I'm waiting for your response in the chat. I'm waiting for your response in the chat. I've left the project on your screen so that you can take a look. Not at the moment. So you can see a lot of no's. But don't feel bad. It's okay for your answer to be no now. Because guess what? Guess what? At some point in my life also, the answer to the question I just asked was no. But right now, the answer is an emphatic yes. I can build this and even projects that are way better than this, because for organizations that I work for, I build even better reports and dashboard than this. The same thing our students that have been able to land jobs. Before now, before they were able to skill up, the answer to that question was no. But what did they do to move that answer from no to yes? Who can guess? What do you think they did for the answer to move from no to yes? What do you think they did? Tell me in the chat. What do you think every Nebient Analytics student that have landed a job, what do you think they did to move the answer to my question to from no to yes? Fantastic responses. Beautiful. So now I want to push that question back to you. I want to push that question back to you. What do you think you can do to move the answer of that question from no to yes in a space of 3 to 6 months, what do you think you can do to move the answer from no to yes? Get the knowledge. Fantastic. Get the knowledge. Fantastic. Get the knowledge. So that means the first thing you want to do, guys, is to get the knowledge. You want to pick, you want to get skilled. All right. You want to get skilled. And this is usually the first step. It sounds very easy and straightforward, but this is where a lot of people also miss it. All right, so let us move on, guys. Let us move on to how you can get yourself into tech. Now, as I was saying, this is where a lot of people also miss it. They don't know what skill to pursue. They don't know. They don't know how to even get started. All right. And they fail even before they start. But because you're on the call tonight, you will not ever have that confusion again, ever again. All right. You never have that confusion ever again because we have done the job for you and we have identified career paths that are most suitable for Africans. And we're going to give you the reason. I'm going to tell you why these career paths are the most suitable, and the best career paths that you can pursue. All right. Now, what we did for us to arrive at this career path was that we scraped job boards. All right, a lot of job postings. We looked at a lot of job postings, thousands of them, and we were trying to identify something common. What was consistent to all of these job postings? And we discovered something very crucial. We learned that it's either these job postings are for data related roles or the job requires somebody who has a level of data proficiency. And we backed that up with a report from the World Economic Forum. They did a research and they titled it The Future of Jobs. And they published the report, I think, early this year, all right, early this year, outlining what the future of jobs will look like between 2025 and 2030. And in their findings, they discovered that data-related roles are projected to grow for about 30 to 35% between now and 2030. And what that simply means is that people looking to get into tech should prioritize these data roles. All right. And out of these data roles, 3 actually stands out. And what are the 3 that stands out? Data analytics, data science, and business analysis. And guess what? The project I showed you, if you are a player in any of these fields, you will be able to build that kind of report. All right, especially if you're Nebiant trained, you'll be able to build that kind of report because essentially you'll be delivering data solutions. But why did we say these are the career paths that you need to focus on, especially as an African? The reasons are very simple. Number one, they are easy to learn. All right, they are easy to learn compared to other career paths. You can easily learn them. And one of the reasons why I also believe that they are easy to learn is because right now you already have some of the prerequisite skills. All right, you already have some of the prerequisite skills. In fact, you were answering some of my questions fantastically well. And that proves that you have some skills necessary to survive and to thrive as a data analyst. And second reason why these career paths are fantastic, especially as Africans, is that they are easy to transition to. All right, they are very easy to transition to. There are a lot of job opportunities in these fields. All right, there are a lot of opportunities in this field. In fact, if you go online right now, you can fact check me. All right, you can fact check me. Go on LinkedIn and search for data analyst, or search for data scientist, and search for business analyst for remote roles in East, Middle East, Europe, and Africa, roles accessible to these people, you find out cumulatively we have more than 35,000 open roles right now in the data space. More than 35,000. All right. So if you're about 100,000 people vying for the same role, your chance of getting a job is around 33, around 35%. All right. You have a 35% chance of landing that job compared to other roles where you have just about 1,000 opening, or maybe 500 openings maybe. So transitioning is very easy in data roles. Organizations are in high demand of data analysts. They are in high demand for data scientists and business analysts. So this is the right time for you to tap into that. And of course, the most juicy reasons why the most juicy of the reasons why you should focus on this career path is because they have great salary projections, especially when you position for global opportunities. And that is what Africans are doing now. Smart Africans are positioning for global opportunities because now everybody is trying to outsmart everybody. Foreigners are trying to outsmart Africans, not knowing that even in their bid to outsmart us, we are still at an advantage. Because, and let me tell you what happens. All right, now Europeans and Americans are now seeing potential in African talents. They've seen that these guys are hard workers, these guys are really smart, they can do the job as fantastically as a typical American, as a typical European. So instead of paying an American $75,000 per year, or say $6,000 per month, they don't want to do that. They want to come into Africa to look for cheap labor. So they will slash that money from, say, $6,000 a month. They will look for people they can employ at a cheap rate, who they can give like $2,000 every month, or maybe even $2,500 instead of paying American $6,000. But what they don't know is that our economy is so shitty that $2,500 is such a huge amount of money. They probably are not aware. Imagine earning $2,500 in a month. That's over 3 million naira in a month. Over 3 million naira in a month. Hardly will you find a bank branch manager earning 3 million naira in a month. But you, as a beginner data analyst, you stand a chance of earning that kind of money. All right. And that is why we said that tech is a leveler. So for these three reasons, you should focus your attention on tech, especially data related roles: data analysis, data science, and business analysis. Before I move forward, hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that if you're looking to get into tech, data related roles should be your major focus. Please give me a thumbs up if you got that and you're still following me. Please give me a thumbs up if you are still following me. Awesome. Beautiful. 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 All right. So for you to get into any of these three career paths, all you need to do is simple: learn the basics. Always start from the basic. And this is how we introduce our students to the world of tech. We always start from the basics. And once you get the basics, we then start teaching you the tools. All right, we start teaching you the tools. And what are the tools you are going to learn as a data analyst? You're going to learn Microsoft Excel. All right, you're going to learn SQL for database management. You're going to learn Power BI for data visualization. You're going to learn Tableau for data visualization. You're going to learn Looker Studio for data visualization. And you might be wondering, why are we teaching multiple tools for data visualization? It's just to further empower you, all right? And then because we are in the age of artificial intelligence, we're also going to train you on how to leverage AI to improve your efficiency and to drive productivity. All right. So for data analytics enthusiasts, you want to become a data analyst, this should be your focus. For data scientists, after learning the basics, the introduction, and you've been grounded, you want to learn the tools. And the tools that we're going to teach you include Excel for predictive analytics. All right. You're going to learn SQL for database management. You're going to learn Tableau to present your findings. You're going to learn Python. Python is a programming language that you're going to learn to build your predictive models as a data scientist. You're going to learn GitHub for collaboration. You're also going to learn AI for improved efficiency and to drive productivity. And for people that want to learn business analysis, all you need to start with is what? The basics. Learn the basics. And once you're done learning the basics, you then want to learn the tools that you would use as a business analyst. And again, you'll learn data related roles, data related tools. I mean, you learn Excel, you learn SQL, and you will learn Power BI. And you might be wondering, why are we teaching you these tools as business analysts? That is because we want to empower you to be able to perform even as a data professional. And then you will learn the domain specific tools specific to business analysis, like Miro, like Jira, like Azure DevOps, like Draw.io, and Chat GPT, because we're in the age of AI. So these are the tools that you want to learn as a data related professional. So this is what your career path is going to look like. But before we move forward, I want to know if during the course of our session, you've been able to identify a career path that you want to pursue out of these three. Please put it in the chat. Let me see. Which career path out of these three are you looking to pursue? Which career path out of these three are you looking to pursue? Please type in the chat. Let me. Fantastic. Chinoye wants to be a data analyst, data scientist. Fantastic. Business analyst, data analyst. Awesome. All three are possible, but again, you want to start from one. Start from one, and then you can diversify later. But always make sure you master one. Don't be a jack of all trade who is a master of none. So you want to master one, and if you see the need, you can then pivot. All right. So now that we've learned the tools and the career path you want to pursue, we have a framework. All right. We have a framework that we leverage, that we use to equip our students. All right. All right. You would answer some questions, would answer some questions at the end of the session. All right, we'll answer some questions at the end of the session. Pardon me. Now, you want to also follow this three-step framework. All right. A lot of people think learning the skill is enough, but it is not actually. There's a framework you need to follow if what your goal is to land a job. You start by learning. We have established that. Now, we don't just teach our students. Our students don't just learn. After learning, the next layer in the framework, the next step in the framework that we take them through is what we call global positioning. All right. And to position our students, we do the following. We review their CV. Right. So when you're coming on board to become a Nebian student, we are going to review your CV. If your CV is not up to par, we are going to create a new one for you. All right, a CV that you can use to land jobs. Not every CV. The fact that you have a CV does not mean you have a job landing CV. All right, what you need is not a CV. What you need is a job landing CV. All right. Another thing we'll do to empower you and position you globally is we will optimize your LinkedIn. A lot of people have LinkedIn, but it is not attracting recruiters. I like to call LinkedIn recruiter magnet, opportunity magnet, but not everybody are maximizing the magnetic power of LinkedIn, right? But once you become a student of Nebient Analytics, we are going to do that for you. We're going to review and optimize your LinkedIn to start attracting recruiters. And also, you're going to build a website where you are going to put all your projects. That website is going to be your own personal website that is going to serve as your portfolio. So as a student of Nebient Analytics, it is mandatory to have a website that you can direct recruiters to go and take a look at everything that you have done. All right. They won't come to your house to see what you have done in the past. You take them to your website, they'll get to your website and see all the work that you have done in the past. So you're going to have that. Also, Upwork. We are going to create an Upwork account for you in case you want to work on your own. You don't want to work for anybody. You want to use your skill to freelance or to consult. You can use Upwork. And if you don't have an Upwork account, we're going to create one for you, set it up, and give you tips on how to, optimize your Upwork. And also mentorship. Mentorship is another way we globally position our students. All right, we have partners, we have professionals who have mastered the craft, who are thought leaders in their respective fields. All right. We bring these people together to mentor you, to guide you. You have access to them throughout and after your training program with us. So it is lifetime access to mentors, and we build a community off of that. Right now, apart from mentorship, one other thing we do to empower our students and position them globally is we prepare them for interviews lifetime. All right. So they have lifetime access to interview preparation. So if you have an interview today, we will prepare you for it. And if you have multiple interviews, we are going to prepare you multiple times. So the fact that we prepared you one time does not mean that counts forever. No, because each job interview that you have is peculiar, and we need to take note of that peculiarity and prepare you towards that peculiarity. All right. So, and that is for life. Even after your program, you still have access to the interview preparation and the mentorship. All right. That's another thing that we do to position. You can see it's not all about learning. Positioning is also very important to land a job. If what you want is to have skill, learning is enough for you. Learning will give you skill, but learning plus positioning is what will give you the job. And that is the extra sauce that we have added to our training programs that gets you the job. All right. So another thing that we do is job reference. We have partner organizations in the UK, the United States, and in Canada. We don't have in Europe yet, but we are looking to expand. But you see, in other parts of Europe, but we have in the UK, we have in Canada, and we have in the United States. We have partner organizations that need our talents, the talents that we train, the talents that we build, and we refer our students. A lot of our students have gotten job through our partnership arrangements where we refer our students, either previous or present. All right, either previous or present. They get the job, we prepare them for the interview, and that's one of the benefits of being a Nebient student. And lastly, for now, last but not the least, obviously, is our on the job support that we provide for our students. And what this simply means is even when you have gotten the job, you've done the interview, they've given you offer, you now have the job. But for some reason, you are facing some challenges. You are facing some challenges. We will be on ground to even support you. All right. So we won't say because you have graduated, go and figure your life out. No, you are a member, a perpetual member of the Nebiant community. So a community member has access to us for life. So you are working as a data analyst, you're working as a data scientist. They gave you a task at your workplace, but you're unable to deliver on it. You can reach out to us to support us. But we have some policy around data privacy and security. We will make sure that you don't provide us your company's data. We will do the job for you. We would guide you on how to do the job without compromising data privacy and data security. All right. So that's our on-the-job support system. Now, once you have learned and we have positioned you for the job, the next step in the framework is to start applying to job with tailored CV. You want to apply to jobs with tailored CV. You want to make sure every job application you are sending out is with a CV that has been tailored specifically to that job. You don't use the same CV twice. If you are applying to 10 jobs, 10 different jobs, how many different CVs should you use to apply? I want to see people who are already thinking in line with us. If you're applying to 10 different jobs, how many different CVs must you use to apply to those jobs? Give me in the chat, guys. Fantastic. Beautiful. So there's what we call CV job matching. We're going to teach you how to do CV job matching. All right. That increases your chances of getting hired, and also recommendation for jobs. And we also provide exclusive access to job postings. All right. So as you are learning, we are posting job opportunities for you to apply to. We'll prepare you for them. And when you do get a job, we're going to provide you recommendation letters if you need them. So this is our framework for landing jobs. Guys, what do you think about this framework? Do you think you can apply to your life and achieve tremendous results? Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Do you think if you apply this, it's going to make a lot of difference or not? Beautiful. And guess what? This is exactly the framework that every of our students apply, and it has yielded tremendous results. It yielded tremendous results for Esther. Esther applied the same framework, and it took her just 3 months to land her first job with no experience. All she did was she applied our framework. How did she apply the framework? She started by learning. She joined our program, our data analytics program, in February 2025, and she completed her program in May. That's the first step in the framework. And then positioning. She tailored her CV using our CV template. We provide every of our students a CV template that they must use. And even when populating the CV, they must adopt the CV job matching technique that we also teach. All right. And she joined the mentorship sessions and followed all the instructions that she was given. And guys, she applied to multiple jobs, and she got prepared by one of our in-house experts. All right. One of our experts prepared her for the interview. And guys, guess what? In May 2025, same month that she completed her program, the same month that she completed her program, she landed her first data analyst job. So a lot of our students have applied this framework, and we are bringing this framework to you because we know that a lot of you might have been learning in the past, but you would think learning is all it takes. A lot of people have learned. If learning is what gets people job, billions of people will have jobs today. But what you fail to realize is we have a lot of learners. But organizations are not looking for learners. Organizations are looking for who. If you remember, put it in the chat. Organizations are looking for who or what? Who are organizations looking for? Who are organizations looking for? Tell me in the chat. Who are organizations? What kind of professional are organizations looking for? Problem solvers. And the only way you can position yourself as a problem solver is if you have proof that you have solved a problem before. And that speaks to having a solid portfolio. All right. So Esther applied the same framework. She learned, built up fantastic projects in her portfolio. She positioned herself and she got the job. Not just Esther. This is Ugochi. All right, this is Ugochi, and I'm going to show you a few of these people's portfolio so that you see that these people didn't just miraculously land jobs. All right, this is Ugochi. Ugochi was a nursing mother who left the corporate space for a while because she needed to attend to motherhood. But when it was time to get back into the workforce, she knew that she couldn't start from scratch. She couldn't go back to what she was doing. She needed to do better, and she decided that she was going to get into tech. And that was exactly what she did. Ugochi joined Nebient Analytics in February 2025 for the business analysis training, right? And fast forward to June, from February to June, do the math. You'll see that it's less than 6 months. Less than 6 months. She got her first tech role as a business analyst at Marite Consulting. But let's take a look at Ugochi's portfolio. Let's see what Ugochi has in her portfolio. Let's see. Let's see whether she just landed the job miraculously. Let me take you to Ugochi's portfolio so you can see that every student that have landed job at Nebient Analytics, they have a website that their recruiters can go to see what they've done in the past. Guys, can you see Ugochi's portfolio? Give me a thumbs up if you can see Ugochi's portfolio website. Give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. So this is Ugochi. This is Ugochi's website. And this website was built when she signed up for the Nebient program. All right. So once you sign up, you are going to build this kind of website to host your project. So she introduced herself. This is who she is, and this is what she can do and the likes. And don't worry, when we share the slides with you, you can click on the link to our portfolio and you will see it by yourself. All right. But let's take a look at our portfolio. You can see this link that says portfolio, or you can see this link here also that says check out my portfolio. So if I click on that, if I click on check out my portfolio, let's check out Ugochi's portfolio. Let's check out Ugochi's portfolio. What is the first thing you can see on Ugochi's portfolio, guys? Tell me. Maybe I'm the one saying double. What's the first thing that appears on Ugochi's portfolio? What's the first thing? What's the first thing that appears on Ugochi's portfolio? A sales dashboard that she has built before. A sales dashboard that she has built. So anybody that sees Ugochi will know that Ugochi has solved a problem before. Yes or no? Ugochi has solved a sales related problem before. Yes or no? Fantastic. This is exactly what recruiters are looking for. Recruiters are not looking for I can do it. Recruiters are looking for I can do it. Guys, recruiters are not looking for I can do it. Recruiters are looking for I have done it. I'll take that one more time. Guys, recruiters are not looking for what? I can do it. What are recruiters looking for? Tell me in the chat. If recruiters are not looking for I can do it, what are recruiters looking for? Recruiters are looking for I have done it. Fantastic. So this is Ugochi's profile. All right. Now, Ugochi has a lot of reports. Ugochi has a lot of things in our portfolio. This is another project that she worked on. It's now you will see something very, very interesting in everything that Ugochi is doing. You can see Ugochi here, what company did Ugochi work for this project? Let me highlight it for you. If you can read it, what's the name of the company that Ugochi did this project for? This project that you can see on your screen. What's the name of the company? What's the name of the company? Dangote. Fantastic. Dangote. So what this means is that she's working on projects for real world organizations. She's simulating real world organizations. All right. She's simulating real world organizations, meaning that if she applies to Dangote and she showed Dangote what she has done for them before, she's able to get a job with Dangote. Do you agree with me or not? Do you agree with me or not, guys? Do you agree with me or not? Fantastic. So that is how to position yourself. That is how to position yourself. That is exactly how to position yourself. Let's go through more of our project. You can see another project. Tell me, what can you see on this project? I want you to pick out some of the peculiar things. What can you see in this project? What can you see in this project? Tell me by yourself, what can you see in this project? Put it in the chat. What can you see in this project? Fantastic. 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 Apologies, guys. All right. So you can see a report for comparing Google Play Store and Apple Store. Are these real organizations or not? Tell me. Are these real organizations or not? Are these real organizations or not? Are these real organizations or not? These are real organizations. So you can see how intentional our projects are. She's solving problems that real world organizations face. All right. So guys, give me a second. Let me switch my devices and I will resume very shortly. Just give me 1 second, guys. Just 1 second. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Apologies. Give me 1 second. All right, guys, please confirm that you can hear me. If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. All right, beautiful. All right, fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Just 1 more second. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'll go back to sharing my screen. I'll go back to sharing my screen. Let me present now. Let me go back to sharing my screen. Please let me know once you can see my screen. All right, fantastic. So we should not have any itches anymore. We won't have any itches anymore. Fantastic. So that is Ugochi. All right. So Ugochi also followed the same framework and she was able to land a job. But not just Ugochi. This is Mary. All right. Mary is from Ghana. Mary also followed the same framework. Mary also followed the same framework. She joined our program in December 2024. All right. After seeing our ads on Instagram, she joined our program in December 2024. And fast forward to May 2025, you can see very consistently all of these people, barely 6 months after they started learning, they were able to land jobs. Barely 6 months. Barely 6 months. So if you've been thinking that it is not possible to get jobs, to land a tech job in 6 months, now you can see from the story of other people how possible it is. So guys, tell me, do you still think it is impossible? Do you still think it is impossible to get a tech job in 3 to 6 months? Tell me, is it still impossible? Because if you can see another person do it and you are still doubting yourself, then I'm not sure what is going on. It is not. Fantastic. A lot of other people have done it. This is Naomi. Naomi was the one speaking when we started this session. Naomi also followed the same framework, and what do you think you should learn from these people? What should you learn from these people? What should you learn from these people? Put it in the chat. What should you learn, or what have you learned from these people? What have you learned from these people? Very quickly, guys. What have you learned from the story of these people? That if someone else has done it before, it's also possible for you. This is Grace, Lebura, and Ellen. All of these people have gone ahead to land jobs. All right. Lebura was a teacher before, and her story and got into her DM requesting for her services. All right. So the distance between where you are that you that none of our students landed jobs without portfolios. So portfolios are very important. Please give me thumbs up. Slide to some of our students' portfolio. You can click on the link to see their portfolio by yourself at your own free time. Go through their portfolio. Provide inquiries, Nebiant. Or was that a mistake? Please go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Ayobami. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. You were
Good
breaking for it.
good evening, sir. Oh, okay. Is it better now? Am I audible now?
Yes, it is. It's better now.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Apologies, guys. Guys, please confirm that I'm audible. If you are fine with my audio, please give me a thumbs up. All right. All right. Fantastic. Apologies. Nigerian network. Anyways, let's Nigerian network has nothing on us. So, like I was saying, you have lifetime access to interview preparation. Regardless of the number of interviews you have, we are going to prepare you. And also for a lifetime, you have access to your training materials. So when you get on board, you get some training materials, your videos, your projects, your case studies, your internship materials, a lot of materials, a lot of resources is yours for life. So the fact that you are done with the program does not mean we will withhold access from you. No, it's yours forever, so that you can go back to them anytime you need to refer to them. And also, if you need recommendation letters, if you get a job and they need recommendation letters from your previous organization, you can come to us. We will give you recommendation letter and you have access to that for life. So if you have need for 1,000 recommendation letter for 1,000 different organizations, we're going to give you that. We provide recommendation to our students for a lifetime, and also lifetime alumni mentorship. We're going to mentor you even as an alumni. We are going to give you access for a lifetime to your mentors, and we have mentors in Canada, people working in Canada, people working for UK companies. These are the kind of people that are going to mentor you, professionals that have done the job, that are doing the job. So these are the things that you have lifetime access to. Confirm that you are aware of all the things you have lifetime access to before I move forward. So that I'm sure that you are aware of things you are um have the out other people, how they land jobs, but I'm sure, at least for some people on the call, what you are really interested in is how you can be the next person that is landing jobs. Am I correct or not? Am I correct or not? You want to be the one landing jobs. You want to know how you can take part of the program, how you can take. Am I me loud and clear? Or is breaking up? I'm so sorry. I my quality of it improves. Can you hear me now? I've turned off my video. So can you hear me now? If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Oh wow. Hi Shakirat.
Ayobami, can you hear me?
The inquiries, Lebians.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can.
Okay.
Is my audio okay?
Yes, it is okay now.
Oh, it is okay now. All right. Thank
Yes.
you. Guys, please confirm now that from your end that you can hear me now. All right. I deeply apologize for the terrible network experience. All right. So, like you all agreed with me, all right. What you really want to hear is how you can join the class. Now, our next class is starting on the 9th of August. Our next class is starting on the 9th of August.
Um, Ayobami, can you hear me? Okay. Um, Good evening, everybody. Please, can we hear me? If you can hear me, can I get a thumbs up? All right. Thank you, engineering. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Timmy. Good evening, Timmy. Good evening, everybody. So, before Ayobami joins us, let me introduce myself. My name is Shakirat, and I am the head data coach here at Event Analytics, and I'm also a data analyst by profession. So I'm sure we've learned a lot of things. Ayobami has told us a lot of things. Okay. Ayobami, are you back?
Yes, I am. I'm so sorry. I had to switch my network. How is this?
Okay.
Is this better?
Yeah, this is good now.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm so sorry, guys. Apologies. Um, all right, all right. Thank you very much, Shakiras, for holding the fort. All right, so let's just quickly talk about our class. So I was asking a question. I wanted to get a pool of people that are available to start the class on the 9th of August. So if you are able to start the class on the 9th of August, give me a thumbs up. You are available before we even talk about anything else. You are available to start the class on the 9th of August. Okay, so just one person is all right, two people, four now, five, six, seven, eight. Fantastic. So if you've been looking to get into tech, your next chance to do that is to join the next class starting on the 9th of August. And the program runs for 4 months. All right. The program runs for 4 months. It's a 4 month intensive journey. 3 months of those 4 months, uh, we do not have an on-site location in Port Harcourt. We run a virtual training program, and we're running this for 2 years because we are training you to be able to land remote jobs. The best way to position yourself for great salary is remote jobs. You don't want to working in Nigeria is good, but it's better to work and earn in dollars. All right, it's better to work and earn in dollars because of our currency. All right, so 4 months journey, you're going to learn intensively for 3 months, and then after your 3 months of learning, you are going to get on board will be building projects. No sound. Guys, is that everybody? No sound. Is that everybody? I just saw no sound now. Victor, do you mean you cannot hear me? The screen like this so I can monitor from my end. All right, thank you very much, Christiana. All right, so classes hold on Saturday. All right, classes hold on Saturdays from 11. This is what we do on Saturdays. You're going to work on multiple projects throughout your program that you can use as proof that you can solve problem and you have solved problem in the past. All right. But on Sundays, we're going to release instructional videos for you to watch, and those set of videos are going to prepare you for live class on Saturday. All right. And then on Tuesday evenings from 9 p.m. till 10 p.m., you have technical support sessions where you're going to have to meet with your instructors and they will provide support to any technical issue you might be facing. All right. But before I move on, please confirm that you can still hear me. Please confirm that you can still hear me. All right, beautiful. Then also on Thursdays, you are going to get into a session with your mentors. So Thursdays are dedicated to meet with your mentors. You're going to meet with your mentors. They're going to take you through a lot of things. How do you answer interview questions? How do you negotiate salary? How do you, a lot of things, learn from their mistakes, learn from them. Thursdays are Sunday till you get into class on Saturday, and then on Saturday you are going to get into live class. All right, so that is how the program runs. Confirm that you understand the structure of the program before we move ahead. Confirm that you understand the structure of the program, and it is online. All right, the same way we are fast. All right, confirm you got that now. Uh, I don't. All right, please just confirm that you got that. Remember, oh my days. So this is just a one-time thing. I've switched my network again. I'm not sure if it's still breaking. Guys, confirm if it's still breaking. Thank you. All right. So I was saying that I to talk tomorrow exclusively, all right, in a closed session. So that thumbs down. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So how did you know what I said? But yeah, if you said no, that means that this is probably the first time give me a second. Please give me 1 second. Can you guys still hear me? All right, I'm back. I've tried to switch again. I'm so sorry, guys. I deeply apologize. But please confirm before I go ahead. Can you guys hear me? All right, all right, all right. So I was saying, don't worry, a colleague of mine is going to join. A colleague of mine is going to join the call now so that we improve your experience. All right. A colleague of mine is going to join the call now. So as I was saying, right, tomorrow I'm going to be teaching you live how to build. You're going to come out of that session with a portfolio website. All right. Tomorrow by 8 p.m. You're going to come out of that session tomorrow with a website where you can put all your projects. All right. Is that taken, guys? Is that taken? Confirm if you heard what I said. All right, fantastic. So that's for people. So tomorrow's session is not paid. You are not paying. All you need to do to access my session tomorrow is to join the program. Once you join the program, for everybody that secured their discount tonight, I want to start with you by helping you build a portfolio. All right, and that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So for people that secure their discount, all right, and how do you join the program? I think this is where I'm going to expand my screen so that you can see it. You can see it well. All right, now how is on naira. All right, that is the standard fee that we usually charge if we were not running a discount. All right. But because
All right, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. First, confirm you can hear me loud and clear, and that you can see my screen before we ride on. Just confirm you can hear me loud and clear. You can type it in the chat. Let me know. Yeah, sometimes network could be a little bit funny. All right, but confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, brilliant. All right, so Ayobami was just talking about, how to get into our next program starting on the 9th of August. But first, on a scale of 1 to 10, how has the session been so far? How has the session been so far? Don't worry, precious. I'll go around that. I'll go across all of that very shortly. But on a scale of 1 to 10, How's the session been so far? 1 to 10. Fantastic. Okay, great, great. 10. Wow, that's brilliant. All right. So for you to achieve all of those amazing stuff, especially around being able to, build fantastic dashboards like the one Ayobami showed you. Okay. I also came in with another dashboard that I'll get to show you. All right, but let me tell you how you can get into the program, and then I'll even show you the dashboard. Another fantastic dashboard, different from the one Ayobami just showed you. All right. So now, for you to get into the program, okay, somebody said Ayobami was talking about a discount. So you need to listen very carefully, okay, especially if you want to be part of the first 10 people to get yourself enrolled and also benefit from Ayobami's session tomorrow, where he'll show you how to create an actual portfolio from scratch. All right. So the standard price for our program is 350,000 naira. All right, 350,000 naira. Now, because you are in this session tonight, and because you've seen and you've met with Ayobami, okay, instead of 350,000 naira, you'll be getting a whooping 100k off, and your new standard price, which would be the discounted fee, would be 250,000 naira. Okay, as if that is not enough. All right, you can split this 250,000 naira into 3 installments: 85,000 to get yourself started, 85,000 1 month into the program, and then 80,000 the second month into the program, meaning you benefit from all our offerings, all of the fantastic stuff Ayobami has talked about, and this is 2 months into the program. Okay, so all you need to do, all right, to secure your spot tonight, listen to me very carefully. To secure your spot tonight, all you need to do is to pay a minimum of 30,000 naira. That helps you secure your spot tonight. And then ahead of the class starts August 9th, you can then top up to complete the first installment and get yourself started. So tonight, just 10 folks we're looking to work with who would also benefit from Ayobami's session tomorrow. All right, with a direct transfer of 30,000, you secure that discounted spot. So you use it to tie it down tonight. And once you've done that, you can send me a DM 0703 215 8619. Okay, 0703 215 8619. Send me them. I will personally walk you through on the next step in your enrollment process. So who am I working with? Who am I working with? Who am I working with? Send us a DM immediately after securing your spot. With a minimum of 30,000 naira, you can secure your discounted spot tonight, and then ahead of the class start, you then top up to complete the first installment, and you are set to start. You are set to start. So if you're getting started, type done in the chat. Type done in the chat, or I am starting, while I show you another fantastic dashboard. I know Ayobami showed you one already. Okay, so but allow me to show you another one. All right, so and these are the kind of projects, okay, these are the kind of projects that you want to be in your portfolio to actually get you the jobs. All right, you can't do the mundane Excel dashboards that you find around. So this is a data set, around orders and shipments, and you can see, looking at my screen now, you don't want to look at it, right? It does not look nice. Okay, from this, all right, we turned it into an Excel table. Majority of you have used Excel. I know if I ask, have you used Excel before? You would say yes. Okay, but do you know what an Excel table is? You likely do not. From here, you then turn it into what we call pivot tables. Think of it as summary tables. And then from these pivot tables, you create charts and visuals that you then put into your dashboard to look something like this. This is a fully fledged end-to-end sales report. Okay, in Microsoft Excel. This is Microsoft Excel, not Power BI, not Tableau, not. This is Microsoft Excel. So this is the level of project you want to find or you want to have in your portfolio to attract recruiters. All right. So who am I working with? Who am I working with August 9th? Who am I working with August 9th? So this is the point where if you have any questions, I mean, just use the raise hand icon. I'll call your name. I'll allow you to unmute and we can have a conversation while you send me a DM once you have secured your spot. Okay, Popsira Akwan, do you have you secured your spot? Have you secured your spot? If you have, send me a DM. Let me walk you through the next steps in your enrollment process. And if you have a question, you can either drop it in the chat box or you could raise your hand. Okay, so use the raise hand icon and I would call your name, allow you on mute, and you can ask me any questions you want. You can ask me any questions you want. Getting into tech these days is not about doing what everyone does, but about doing what a few people who get the results will do, and you then become part of those few that get the results. Okay, so you can't go out there and just do the normal stuff. You have to do a little bit more. All right, you have to do pro level stuff, and you can only get pro level stuff from pro level professionals. So, who am I working with? Questions, guys, questions. Questions. Let me see who I have on the call. I have Adamu Mustafa. I saw your thumbs up the other time. Adun Ade. And then I have Uche Chuku, I have Akintunde. Do you have any questions for me? Mary, do you have any questions for me? Nicholas, Okeke, Chinedu, Chinoye, Daniel, Daniela, um, Husseinat, Musa. You have any questions, please? You can either raise your hand, drop it to the chat box. Okay, I think I have someone. I have half of the 250K. Can I pay it and split the remaining half into two? Obviously, you can do that. Okay, you can actually do that. All right, Popsira, you can do that. So what you want to do is send me a DM immediately after your first payment, so that we can walk you through the next steps, and then this your mode of splitting the payment, we can have it in our records and then we work with you based on this. All right, so ensure to send me a DM, Sarah. Did you get my phone line? Let me type it in the chat so that you can copy it easily. 0703-215-8619. That is my own line, okay? Not my assistant, my own. So you want to send me a DM, that's it. Send me a DM, let us work together. So Opsira has secured their own spot. So who is next? Who else? Any questions, directions, anything at all? I will be happy to take your questions. I will be happy to take your questions. So where was I? I was greeting people on this call. So where was I? Yes, Joel, Toby, John Jacobs. How are you doing this evening? Do you have any questions for me? Joy, Madhu, uh, Margaret, Etty. Do you have any question for me? Moshood, do you have any question for me? Moritado, Umar, do you have any question for me? Noel, these are fantastic names I'm calling right here. All right. Oba, how you doing? Ola, Precious, Mercy, um, Ignatius, who else? So, guys, who is asking questions? Or if you don't have questions, I have my own questions. So, do you want me to ask my question? If you don't have questions, I have a question. Okay, I can see some. Nicholas has a question. What's the difference between data analytics, business analysis in practice? So let me make it very easy for you. Okay, the data analyst goes into an organization, and their job is to turn raw data into dashboard, like you already saw in this session. Okay, now a business analyst, on the other hand, their job is to enter into an organization, help them optimize their process, okay, for the sole purpose of achieving the business goal. Let me give you an example. Say, for example, you work with Jumia. Okay, Jumia Lagos hires you as a business analyst, and they tell you that, oh, welcome to the team. We want you to help us reduce the time it takes for us to deliver product to customers from 7 days on average to about 3 days within the first 3 months of your hire. Now, the very first thing you want to do as a business analyst is to understand the process from when a customer makes an order down to when the customer receives the order. What's the process like? Are you with me? Nicholas, you asked that question. So let me confirm. Are you with me? Are you with me, Nicholas? So you, as a business analyst, you are meant to look at the process and then you map out the process. I don't know if you've seen if you've seen these movies where there is a heist and they're gonna rob a bank, right? And you see them strategizing and drawing the map of the bank on a piece of paper. Your job as a business analyst is like that. The only thing is you're not robbing a bank. Okay. Confirm we can hear me clearly. Lasha says I'm sorry, Nicholas says I'm breaking. So confirm you can hear me clearly, please. So I know it's okay. So Nicholas, you may want to check your network, but I really hope you can still hear me. Okay, Ignatius, yes, please, you can send me the receipt 0703 All right. So as I was saying, as a business analyst, you map out processes, then you want to look at where are the bottlenecks? Where can we optimize this process? Once you've done that, you then check again. Does this give us the result of reducing the delivery time from 7 days to 3 days? If yes, then your job is done. If no, then you continue to look for bottlenecks and other ways to optimize. Now, in recent times, recruiters have started looking for business analysts that know how to analyze data. So, while you are not a data analyst, recruiters want you to know a little bit of data, even as a business analyst. So, it is important that you have a little bit of data skills. And that's why if you look at our business analysis curriculum, okay, I'm not sure if you saw this, but you most likely have seen this when Ayobami was talking about what you need to learn as either a data analyst, a data scientist, or a business analyst. If you look at our curriculum, we added Excel, SQL, and Power BI to the business analysis curriculum. You would not find this typically anywhere else. Okay, they will teach you the mundane business analysis stuff and send you away. But here, we don't do that. What we do is we added a little bit of data to the business analysis program to cater to the market demand right now. So that is the situation at this moment. Okay. Who is asking a question? So Nicholas, did I answer your question? Which one are you going for? You want to be a data analyst or a business analyst? So which one are you going for? Let me know, Nicholas. So Daniel Ibube, does the raw data set comes by default? You get a job first and then you see how raw data set comes. Okay. So but just to give you a clear-cut answer, every organization keeps record. Okay, and that record is what data is. All right, that record is what data is. As you are on this call, okay, Google has a way of knowing that, oh, so and so number of persons joined this particular call. That's data. Okay, so and data is all around you. So it will be, don't worry about where the raw data set would come from. Okay, it is everywhere, and it's in an organization. They keep records. If a customer comes, they take notes of the customer, right? If somebody visits their site, they take note of the person's, Google profile. I don't know if you've noticed, you enter into a site and they tell you, oh, do you want to accept cookies? They make it block your entire screen so that you click OK. Have you experienced that, Daniel Ibube? Have you experienced that before? If you've experienced, fantastic. So what they're doing is harvesting data off of you, okay, and then they can use that, for ads. They can use it to target you for ads. They can use it to, target other people like you for ads, and based on your activity online. So that's data. So worry not about where the data would come from. Okay. Your worry should be, do you have the skills such that when this data is presented to you, if I present something like this, for example, if I present something like this to you, you have the necessary skills to turn it to this. That is what you should be worrying about, right now, Ebube. All right. So Ebube, do you want to be a data analyst? You want to become a data analyst? Do you want to become a data analyst, Ebube? So I'll be awaiting. I am not sure if, okay, Ebube, I still see you on the call, so I hope you can hear me. Do you want to become a data analyst? If yes, type yes in the chat. Okay, fantastic. So send me a DM. Okay, send me a DM. Let me walk you through the enrollment process. All right. So but first, have you secured your spot? Have you secured your spot? If you have you secured your spot? If yes, send me a DM. If no, what is the roadblock? What's the issue? Nicola said, I saw that most of the lessons for data analytics are also in business analysis lessons. Does business analysis carry data analytics in it? Capital letter, no. Okay. If you saw my screen well, you'd see that there are only 3 tools from the data analytics that you find in the business analysis curriculum. And even at that, as the business analyst, like I said, and I said it and I'll say it again, you are not a data analyst. Okay, as a business analyst, you are not a data analyst. Only that recruiters today are looking for business analysts that can handle data to a reasonable extent. Of course, they don't expect that you are a data analyst, right? But some of them, would expect that you are able to handle data. For that reason, we included Excel, SQL. Let me circle it. These 3: Excel, SQL, and Power BI. Okay. For the data analyst, you have Excel, SQL, Power BI. You still have Tableau. You still have Looker Studio and ChatGPT. Okay, so as a data analyst, you go a lot more in depth into these tools. Okay, the core focus of a business analyst are these tools here. Okay, Draw.io, Miro, Azure DevOps, Jira, and all of these things are used for process mapping, gap analysis, agile methodology, documenting, tracking, and this is your core focus as a business analyst. Okay, you can look around, you can check around. A typical training program for business analysts would not include Excel, SQL, and Power BI. But like I said, and I'll say again, we included it because of what recruiters are looking for now. We don't want you to come learn here and then you go into the job market and you're wondering, Where is this place? So that is the reason why we have it like so. So I hope that answers your question, Nicholas. And if that does, so what have you also secured your spot? If we said they secured their spot, brilliant. Um, SIPA engineering. Do I still need to go through everything? So okay. Okay, super engineer said, I'm excellent with working with cleaning. I'm excellent with working with cleaning data sets, working with pivot tables, building dashboard, and automating tasks using VBA. Do I still need to go through everything? Okay, so SIP engineering, if you already know how to do this, you probably are already working as a data analyst. Am I correct? You are probably already working as a data analyst, if I am correct, right? Are you already working as a data analyst? If you are, let me know. Okay. Are you already working as a data analyst? Okay, I'll be fine with data analytics, Nicholas. All right, Nicholas. So send me a DM this minute. Let me walk you through on the next steps. Okay, secure discounts, your discounted spot. Send me a DM. Let me work with you right away. Okay. Um, SIP engineering, yes, for a contractor. So, what do you need exactly? Is it Power BI, SQL, and the likes? Okay, and probably you also want, maybe after this session you want to send me a DM, maybe send me your LinkedIn profile. Let me look at your portfolio. Do you have a portfolio? You want to share that with me so that I can look at what you've done already, and then from there we can further the discussion. Okay, so let's work like that. All right. So send me your portfolio. Let's work together. Okay, but if you haven't, I mean, you said you've not had a direct contact with the client, then I don't know, you may want to start looking at, because our program does not only cover the technical aspects. Okay, all of these brilliant people, I'm sure Ayobami talked about Grace, talked about Lebura, talked about Helene. These are people like yourself that got jobs after registering for our program. So I'm sure he also talked about Oluwaseun. I'm sure he talked about Mary, and all of these brilliant people. Esther is there, Ugochi is there. So all of these people, one thing they did that got them job is passing through these three frameworks. They started learning, they branded themselves, and then they applied to jobs strategically. Now, you are probably looking at only this SIP engineering. How about your LinkedIn profile, Upwork profile? Um, have you ever gotten mentorship? If you have an interview, you have access to a lifetime interview preparation. Can you get job references when you get a job? Okay, can you get on the job support when you find yourself hitting a roadblock on your new job? So these are things you need to consider and reconsider. Okay, so do you know what job matching is? All right, can you apply to jobs using unique CVs? So these are questions you need to actually answer. So it goes beyond just knowing the technical aspect of things. You need to be well grounded on the strategic aspect of things. So SIP engineering, send me a DM. Okay. Let us work together. All right. Who else is asking a question? Who else is asking a question? And just to put it out there, most times, I've seen people who say, "Oh, I know how to use Excel, or I know how to do this, I know how to do that," you know. But the real question is, why haven't you gotten results? Okay, people who pass through this have gotten results. All right. If you know that you are ready to follow our instructions, then without a shadow of a doubt, let's work with you. Okay, let's work with you, because all of the persons who have gotten jobs all followed our instructions, and they've gotten their result. Chinedu says, I want to be an expert in data. I want to be an expert data analyst, but we want to end up analyzing and perfecting business processes. So what do you mean really? What do you mean really? Is it that you don't understand the job of a data analyst? Because or you want to be a data analyst and a business analyst at the same time. So here's what you can do, Chinedu. You start with one. Okay, you start with one, all right, and then you go to the other. Nobody says you can't transition. Nobody says you can't upskill even after getting one, but you start with one. Let me tell you my own story. I started out as a data analyst, all right, and later pivoted into data science. Now, I used to run away from data science because it involved coding in Python. Okay, I did mechanical engineering back in school, and there was a time we did Python. I hated that course. I barely pulled through the course. So anything Python, I just have that phobia for it. Not until I got a job as a data analyst, had the opportunity to work with data scientists, and then I saw that this thing these guys are doing is not as difficult as people made it seem. And that was how I got into data science. So start first. That's the key thing, Chinedu. You want to become a data analyst, expert data analyst. You also want to be able to optimize processes. Possible. That is highly possible. Start with data analytics, okay? And then you move into business analysis. And because you have data analytics, prowess as of that time, it will serve as a very smooth sailing for you into the business analysis world. Okay, so Chinedu, are you sending me a DM, or have you sent me a DM already? Have you sent me a DM? Have you sent me a DM already? 0703-215-8619. Have you sent me a DM already? All right, guys. Yes, 8619, please, not 8615. 8619. Let me see. Let me type it. 0703-215-8619. So once you've secured your spot, just do well to send me a DM, okay, and I will walk you through the whole process of enrollment. All right. So with 30,000, like I said earlier, you can secure yourself the discounted slot. Okay. And yeah, I will onboard once I get this more salary. Fantastic. So Chinedu, I'll be looking out for you. Although when the time comes, the discount may be off the table. Okay, so do you have a contingency plan for that? Okay, Chinedu, because it will be so saddening if you come and then they tell you, oh, we've reverted back to the normal 350K price. Do you have a contingency plan for that? Do you have a plan for that, Chinedu? Nicholas, aside from securing your seat tonight, can't one register later. Thought your training was around 100K plus. So Nicholas, you can register some other time. Okay, all you need to do is just to ensure that it is 350,000. Okay, this offer you're seeing right here, right now, is right here, right now. Okay, so if you don't mind an additional 100K to the 250, fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay, but right now this offer is on the ground. It's on ground. Take advantage of it, and you can secure a spot with just 30K. So that's the conversation we're having now, Nicholas. So yes, there are a lot of 100K programs out there. Okay, so if what you are looking for is, oh, I want to learn it and upskill, you don't need a job. You don't want to get a job. You just want to upskill. Fine, you can go with the 100K programs. Okay, but if what you want is, oh, I want to actually translate what I am learning here into an actual job, then this is where you want to come to. All right, this is where you want to come to, Nicholas. Margaret, is the 250K for the 3 programs? No. You choose one and then you enroll. All right, you choose one and then you enroll. Okay. In fact, if you come and tell me that you want to do all 3, I'll tell you no, please. Okay, start with one first, get a job in that one, and then you can move to the next one. That's how to progress. You don't want to find yourself learning without actually applying what you've learned, Margaret. So, Margaret, what are you doing now? What are you going to do now? Okay, what are you going to do now? Chinedu, I've not heard from you. I've not heard from you. Are you saying that you're fine with 350K? Are you fine with 350,000? Um, okay, Ignatius already sent you a WhatsApp message. All right, I'll check it out once I am off this particular call. All right, so rest assured you get a response after this particular uh, program. So who else? Who else wants to talk to me? Who else? Okay, Margaret says, so which one should come first? Is there any scale of preference? So, Margaret, when did you join this call? Okay. When did you join? Did you join early enough? So, this particular, career paths are different. So you have data science, data analytics, business analysis. So if you tell me, oh, you're an absolute beginner, okay, you're an absolute beginner, and you just want to get started in tech, I always have a bias to data analytics. Not for any reason, but just because I also started as a data analyst, and I chose that because I thought others were complex. Okay, now data analytics could be a soft landing for you simply because of its versatility. Okay, now you can also become a business analyst. All right, nothing is stopping you from becoming a business analyst. In fact, you have data inside of business analyst as well. So it all depends on, do you know the differences between these 3 career paths? Okay, do you know the differences between these 3 career paths? If you do know them, I know I just explained the difference between data analytics and business analysis to one of the previous questioners. So data science is simply predictive analytics. You help organizations predict into the future. Okay, but you need to know that you will be writing some Python code. While that may sound scary to most people, I mean, it scared me. It scared me back in the day. So I won't be shocked if you say I'm scared of Python, right? But these days, Python is in fact, it is easily the best tool for me as a professional. Okay, I don't have to drag and drop. I don't have to do this. In fact, AI would construct my Python code for me. I only direct the trajectory of the analysis to achieve my desired output. So it's a fantastic career path to get into, especially now with the advent of AI. So nothing to be scared about. Data analytics is simply turning raw data into fantastic dashboards and insights. And then business analysis is, helping optimize processes and, helping organizations, achieve their goal. So, Chinedu, the account number is on your screen, but I'll type it in the chat so that you can, secure your spot. Okay, Nebiant Analytics. All right, so Kuda, so that's our Kuda bank account. So you can get access to that there. So I wouldn't want you to come back and tell you 350K. So Chinedu, secure your spot. Find a way to secure your spot now so that we don't hear stories that touch. So Margaret, did I answer your question? Did I answer your question, Margaret? Did I answer your question? Okay, so which one are you going for now? Which one would you be going for? Which one would you be going for, Margaret? Which one will you be going for, Margaret? All right. So looking at business analysis, fantastic, great way to start. Okay, quite a number of people so far have gotten jobs from business analysis. So, in as much, and I always love to stress this, in as much as you are convinced that you have that conviction that you are ready to follow our instructions, then there is only one type of result you get from that. So, Margaret, I mean, I've not seen your DM yet. So, what's up? What's up, Margaret? What's up? I've not seen your DM yet. Um, I've not seen your DM yet. So, is your full name Muhammad Suleiman or Oyebanji? My full name is Muhammad Suleiman, please. All right. my name is not my name is not Oyebanji, okay? Um, Muhammad Suleiman is my full name, please. Okay, just as you can see on the screen right here. So see that's my full name. It's also on my backdrop. All right, so please let us be guided. Okay. Um, Who else has a question? Who else has a question? So I'm gonna be shutting this down in the next 2 minutes. Okay, in the next 2 minutes. Next 2 minutes, I am shutting this down. Um, and if by the end of today, can we switch programs in case? Of course, okay, of course. There are of course there are T and C, there are terms and conditions, but definitely yes, you can switch programs. Let's say you start with the data analytics and then you're like, I think I'll just go with business analysis. We can help you make that switch. In fact, if what you mean is, can I secure my discount now and then change my choice later? Of course, you can change. You can change your choice later on. Okay. Ignatius, I sent the receipt. All right, Ignatius. I think you mentioned you sent me a DM and I mentioned that once I drop off the call, I will be responding. Right. So I will respond to you. Okay, so you will hear from me, Ignatius, all right, after I drop off this call. So Margaret, how about your own DM? I mean, people are sending me DMs already, with their proof of payment. So where is your own DM? Okay, fantastic. You are on it. So when you say on it, do you mean tonight? Do you mean next year, end of the year? What's the timeline, Margaret? What's the timeline? So I know who I am working with. Okay, tonight, Akintunde tonight. Now, okay, brilliant. So I'll be expecting your DM. Okay, I'll be expecting your DMs for all of you that okay, so that is I've taken note of your names, all right? I've taken note of your names. So I'll be looking out for your for your DMs once you send me a DM. I mean, once you make the installment or you lock down, please send me a DM. Please send me a DM so that I can personally walk you through the next steps in the enrollment process. All right. So Akintunde, Solomon, Margaret, all right. So I see so many other people still on the call. I mean, I'm not sure. You've not asked any question. So my question to you, if you've not asked any question, is why haven't you asked the question? Okay, if you've not secured your spot yet, why haven't you? I mean, you're still here, you can still hear me. Why haven't you secured your spot yet? What is the roadblock for you? What is the roadblock? I just may be able to help you. What is the roadblock? What is the roadblock? If you've not said anything so far, what's your roadblock? Okay, let me know what the roadblock is, so we can help you circumvent the issue if possible. All right. So I think this is what we'll be calling it a night. If you're still here up till now, a fantastic, fantastic session. And I hope you are motivated, to be able to turn raw data sets into fantastic dashboards like the ones you've seen today. All right. So this is your first step into great things towards the end of this year. You need to take action now. So this is what we're calling it a night. If you have secured your spot or are securing your spot, send me a DM to get a direction on what's next. All right. Cheers, guys, and have a wonderful night's rest. Okay, so Margaret, I just received your DM now, so we'll take it up from there as well. Okay, brilliant one. Congratulations. Okay, please do not give me a phone call. Send me a DM, please. Okay, a DM would be highly appreciated on WhatsApp. Please, having difficulty transferring. Can I do it tomorrow? So Popsira, when they say, have you been to a place where, I mean, it's very popular. Okay, you go somewhere with your vehicle, and then you see cars parked at owner's risk. Okay, what comes to your mind when you read that poster? Cars are parked at owner's risk. What do you think they are trying to tell you? What do you think they're trying to tell you when you see cars are parked at owner's risk? Uh, they're trying to tell you that what? You're on your own. Exactly. So, but you see me, I don't want to leave you. Okay. I don't say you're on your own, but find a way to secure it tonight. Okay. Find a way to secure. There's always a way. Okay. So, let's not do at owner's risk. All right. We won't do that here. So just find a way, circumvent the issues. I know, network will be issues sometimes, or find one way or the other. Make it happen tonight so that, we can work with you based on the offer that you can see on your screen right now. All right. I wouldn't want you to come tomorrow and then you're like, you guys have changed motto. You guys said this, you guys said that. And that's because you now be paying the full price. Okay. So I'll be expecting to receive a DM from you as well later tonight so that I can walk you through the process of enrollment. So cheers, guys. This is what we're calling it tonight. I think I enjoyed myself, even for the short period that I came on. I hope you enjoyed yourself too. Cheers, guys, and have a wonderful evening.